Hey everybody, welcome back to my Thursday evening vlog. My name is SWChris, I'm from SW City, and today I'm driving to work. After lunch, I decided to stop home and eat there instead of packing lunch because I'm lazy. But I wanted to tell you about my trip out to Colorado. So I spent the last week in Estes Park, that's why there wasn't a vlog, and had a great time actually. My family and my extended family on my mom's side rented some cabins in one of the little roadside resorts there, and we basically stayed there for the week. It was right next to a river. My brother got some fishing in. He didn't catch anything, which I think he was really frustrated with. And then we did things during the day, like go up to Rocky Mountain National Park, which is just down the road. It's like 450 square miles of uninterrupted wilderness, minus the roads that they built. The first day we went up to Alluvial Falls, which is this kind of waterfall area that just came down from a mountainside, and it was nice. The year before, that whole area had flooded, and so we saw kind of the leftovers of the Alluvial Falls. The falls were still there, but there was a lot of rocks and sand that had been built up there that had just been deposited. Like a bridge that went across the river actually got moved downstream quite a ways. Very, very fascinating look at a post-flood ruins. Then we did the Stanley Hotel. If you're following me on Twitter, then you would have seen me do kind of a where am I type of scavenger hunt where I tweeted photographic clues as to where I might be. And so that was that. We did the tour with the Stanley Hotel, which was more on the history of the hotel and less on the ghost hunting, although that was a part of it. The guy who built it was the same guy who did like Stanley steamer cars back in the 1900s. The whole thing is this huge building painted white with red gabled roofs. The whole thing is sitting on a floating foundation, which is really fascinating. And as a result, the top floor is all kind of curvy and wavy because of the fact that the foundation has shifted over the years. So that was also the hotel where Stephen King came up with his book for The Shining. And story goes, he spent a little bit too much time in the bar and then wandered up to the 4th floor, saw the wavy and curviness of the ceilings, and pretty much tripped out and toddled off back to his room, passed out, woke up the next morning, and he had the idea for The Shining. There's a little more involved than that, but that was kind of the basic idea. And then we had dinner there as well at what my cousin termed a steakhouse. It was not a steakhouse, it was a fancy restaurant. So I got the best steak I've ever had. It was $24 of wonderful goodness. It was only a 6-ounce steak. So I could have gone with 2 of them, to be honest. But I didn't want to spend that much. It was a little much. Little too expensive. But that's alright. It was worth the money, I think, just for the experience. And then we went back up to Rocky Mountain National Park the day after, I believe. Walked around Bear Lake and Nymph Lake, and I actually got some kind of slow motion footage of that with my iPhone. So you should be watching that right now if I am in any way a competent editor. The slow motion footage I basically did, with the iPhone. It takes 4x slow motion footage, so 60 frames per second, 120 frames per second actually, and you just move the camera really fast back and forth, and the way your muscles and your arm work, if you move it that fast, your arm doesn't shake up and down, So you're actually able to get a smooth pan if you go really fast in slow motion. So it's really kind of a neat idea. Let's see, what else? We played putt-putt. Yeah, there was a putt-putt course. My sister-in-law wanted to do that, and so we all did that. And I can't say I disagreed with it. It was fun. It's a cheap $3 putt-putt course. I totally got last, but that's okay. My brother Andrew and I played teams. My brother Matt and his wife were on a team, and then my cousin Kevin and his fiance were on a team. And what else? Horseback riding. We did horseback riding. That was fun. Just kind of a 2-hour trip through the mountainous terrain there on horses. My poor horse, his name was Amarillo. It's kind of a cream-colored horse, and he tripped a lot, unfortunately, because the paths were really rocky and he kept stepping on the rocks. But I think he's okay. They treat him really well there. They let him run free 7 months out of the year when they're not in business, without a saddle, just on the plains down in Rocky Mountain National Forest. So they're well cared for and well looked after. But yeah, it was a great trip. Had a lot of fun. Got home on Saturday. Basically took the evening to get my bearings, play some Minecraft. I think I played Minecraft. It's a little fuzzy. And then I learned that my best friend back home, his dad, was not responding well to the operation that they did on him, because he had cancer, and they did an operation to remove it, and at first it looked successful. They did that on the 17th, I believe, and over the past week he just was not recovering, and he slipped into a coma, I believe, Saturday night, and he died Sunday afternoon. So that really put a damper on the whole weekend, really. I don't know. I mean, it's just, it's a real shame. He was in his late 50s, I believe. So, you know, still fairly young. Definitely had some more decades of life in him if he wouldn't have gotten hit by the cancer. I don't know how my friend James is doing. We kind of drifted apart after high school as far as hanging out together and doing stuff together. I think he's taking it about as well as can be expected, but you know, it's a real kind of a bummer. And this is kind of the first time that I've lost somebody that's my parents' age. So that kind of brings it home that, you know, may not be able to, that my parents aren't going to be around forever. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what to say, other than I'm still kind of working through it, I suppose. So, the funeral's this Saturday. I can't go because I'm in Washington State. Tickets are just too expensive. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see. So, anyway, this has been the vlog for this week. Thanks for watching. I am about to work, so I am going to say goodbye. Auf Wiedersehen. Arrivederci. Hasta la vista. Bye-bye.